You are running out of time.
The Book of Daniel. I was seeing thrones being set, and the Ancient of Days sat down. His clothing was white like snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was flames of fire, and its wheels, burning flame of fire. I was seeing that this beast was killed, and its body was destroyed, and it was given to the burning of fire. And the rest of the beasts were taken away from their authority. Ancient Book of the Red Dragons. From the horn of the destroyer came a high shrilling noise which stopped the ears of men. It is known, and the story comes down from ancient times, that there was not one creation but two, a creation, and a recreation. It is a fact known to the wise that this planet was utterly destroyed once, then reborn on a second wheel of creation. At the time of the great destruction of this planet, Supreme Divinity caused a dragon from out of the solar system to come, and encompass her about. The dragon was frightful to behold, it lashed its tail, it breathed out fire, and hot coals, and a great catastrophe was inflicted upon human beings. The body of the dragon was wreathed in a cold bright light, and beneath, on the belly was a ruddy-hued glow, while behind it trailed a flowing tail of smoke. It spewed out cinders, hot stones, and its breath was foul as well as stenchful, poisoning the nostrils of human beings. Its passage caused great thunderings, and lightnings to rend the thick darkened sky. All the sky, and the land was made hot. The sea was loosened from their cradles, and rose up, pouring across the land. There was an awful shrilling trumpeting which outpowered even the howling of the unleashed winds. Human beings stricken with terror went mad at the awful sight in the sky. They were loosed from their senses, dashed about, and crazed, not knowing what they did. The breath was sucked from their bodies, and they were burnt with a strange ash. Then it passed, leaving the land enwrapped within a dark and glowering mantle which was ruddily lit up inside. The bowels of the land were torn open in great writhing upheavals, and a howling whirlwind ripped the mountains apart. The wrath of the red dragon was loosed in the solar system. It lashed about in flaming fury, and roaring like 1,000 thunders, it poured down fiery destruction amid a welter of thick black blood. So awesome was the fearfully aspected thing that the memory mercifully departed from human beings. Their thoughts were smothered under a cloud of forgetfulness. The land vomited forth great gusts of foul breath from awful mouths opening up in the midst of the land. The evil breath bit at the throat before it drove men mad, and killed them. Those who did not die in this manner were smothered under a cloud of red dust and ashes, or were swallowed by the yawning mouths of the land, or crushed beneath crashing rocks. The first red dragon was joined by another which swallowed the tail of the one going before, but the two could not be seen at once. The red dragon reigned, and raged above this planet, doing battle to possess it, but the many-bladed swords of Supreme Divinity cut them in pieces, and their falling bodies enlarged the land, and the sea. In this manner the first earth was destroyed by calamity descending from out of the skies. The vaults of the solar system had opened to bring forth celestial destroyers more fearsome than any that ever haunted the uneasy dreams of human beings. Human beings, and their dwelling places were gone, only sky boulders, and red land remained where once they were, but amidst all the desolation a few survived. The darkness was not the clean blackness of night, but a thick darkness in which the breath of human beings was stopped in their throats. Human beings gasped in a hot cloud of vapor, which enveloped all the land, and snuffed out all lamp fires. Human beings were benumbed, and lay moaning in their beds. None spoke to another or took food, for they were overwhelmed with despair. Ships were sucked away from their moorings and destroyed in great whirlpools. It was a time of undoing. The land turned over as clay spun upon a potter's wheel. The whole land was filled with uproar from the thunder of the destroyer overhead, and the cry of the people. There as the sound of moaning and lamentation on every side. The land spewed up its dead, and corpses were cast up out of their resting places. The embalmed were revealed to the sight of all human beings. Pregnant women miscarried, and the seed of human beings was stopped.
Y me dijo, estas palabras son fieles y verdaderas. Y el Señor